Hi, we are back. So this is the second video for topic number 5, uh, which is on strategies in action. So we have discussed this one in the previous video, intensive strategy, as well as the integration strategy, forward, backward, horizontal. Forward meaning that with your retailers, distributor, backward with your suppliers, and then horizontal with your existing competitors. And then we talk about intensive strategy. First, market penetration, same product, same market, greater marketing efforts. Or market development, the same product in new geographical area. You take something that you produce in Malaysia and you bring it over to Indonesia, Thailand, overseas, for example, Brunei. That is part of market development. Product development, existing product you modify, you increase the feature, improving the existing condition of the products and services. So that is product development strategy. The next one, we talk about diversification strategy. There are two types of diversification, related or unrelated. So related in terms of what? In terms of the value chain. We have already discussed about this value chain in terms of the activities that you do in order for you to produce your end product from the raw material until the deliverance of your product. So sometimes some of these products, they might share similar functions and purpose of the functions of the departments. So that is what we call as related diversification. For example, you are producing a karipap daging, and then maybe you want to add on, diversify into karipap pusing, ataupun you add on a different product, karipap sardin ke, for example, and just a little bit of twist, and but different product, and so that is what we call as related diversification. Unrelated diversification, value chain are so dissimilar in the sense that maybe in order for you to introduce or produce this particular new product, it requires a whole new set of equipment. It requires a whole new set of raw materials. It requires a whole new set of factory design. So that is the kind of related diversification. From a services, auto service type of businesses, then you move into a hotel, or you move into a travel agency. That is the kind of unrelated diversification. So these are some of the reasons, the guidelines, why organizations pursue related diversification. Since you already have the expertise, you are using the same dough, you are using the same processes in order for you to produce your karipap, for example, karipaf. And then now you want to diversify your products. Maybe you change the design of the karipaf, or maybe you add on a new flavor, and karipap sardin, karipap daging, karipap ayam. So that is the kind of related diversification. These are some of the reasons and guidelines for unrelated diversification that you can look into later after this. You need to study this on your own as well. This is a very simple and short video just to guide you. Now we go into the last group of strategies that we call as a defensive strategy. There are three types of defensive strategy. The first one, retrenchment. Regroup through cost and assets reduction to reverse declining sales and profit. And then divestiture, selling a division or part of an organization, often used to raise capital for further strategic acquisitions or investment. And then liquidation, selling all of a company assets. So sometimes some of these businesses, they might encounter problems, issues that they were trying to overcome. For years, they are trying to overcome all of those problems in terms of the sales, profit, product acceptance, and whatnot. So when they are facing with these kind of challenges, if they cannot overcome that challenges, so they need to regroup. They need to make a quick decision whether or not it is still worthy for them to stay in the industry. So what they will pursue, the first one is retrenchment. they will try to minimize the number of employees. They will start to lay off the employees first. That is part of the retrenchment. Or sometimes they do re-engineering. They try to change in terms of the flow of the processes. They try to combine in terms of the stages of doing the flow of the activities in order for you to produce the goods and services. That is part of the retrenchment. Most of the time, laying off employees is one of the major strategy under retrenchment. Why you lay off your employees? So that you can minimize in terms of your cost, in terms of your salaries, in terms of your wages, in terms of your part-time, overtime and whatnot. So that is the first strategy. And then you still fail. The business still could not pick up. The sales, the performance is still down the slope, is going downhill. So the next part is for you to do divestiture. You're selling off one of the factory, one of the building, one of the machines. When you start doing that, that is part of the divestiture. Why are you doing that? So that you can get cash at hand, and then you can use that cash, that you can use that money that you managed to obtain from selling off part of the company. For example, you have a factory in China, you have one factory in Canada, you have one in United States. Maybe you want to sell off in the United States first because it is a bit costly over there. So when you get that money, so you can use that money in order for you to channel into a different strategic acquisition or different investment. And then the final one is liquidation. And if all things did not work out according to the plan, so then we try to liquidate, selling all of the assets of the organization. So going for bankruptcy, for example. Okay, a different sets of strategy. Porter's 5 generic strategy. So this is another famous strategy that has been developed by Michael Porter, in which they have 5 different types of generic strategy that we are going to discuss together. I will use example in order to assist you to better understand the content and context of this particular section of the chapter. So the first strategy, they call it as a cost leadership. The second one is the differentiation, and then they have the low cost. They have the focus strategy. So the first one, there are 2 types of there are 2 axes. Number one is based on the types of strategy, and then it based on the market size, the size of the market, so whether it is small, very focused, or it is very large. So that is the criteria. So for the cost leadership, type 1, low cost strategy that offers products or services to a wide range of customers at a lowest price available on the market. So the first thing first, for all of the cost leadership types of products, they are all standardized products, meaning that it's a household items, meaning that everybody can purchase that because they are very low price, low per unit cost for consumers who are price sensitive. And price sensitive meaning that if they increase the price, we will switch to another brand. Because of why, when we go to the supermarket, when we go to the mart, when we go to the kedai runcit, you can find that product with many options like shampoo, cooking oil. We have many options there on the shelves. So if you find that one product is already, they increase the price of one product, you can simply switch. So that is among the criteria of standardized products. So when we talk about type 1, lowest price available on the market, maybe we can talk about Tesco. We can talk about Asia before this. They are all under a low cost strategy. And then when we talk about type 2, best value strategy that offers products or services to a wide range of customers at the best price value available on the market. We can say that IKEA is a type 2 type of organization. It is still a standardized product. It is still they still considered as low. It is just that when we bring IKEA to Malaysia, it is quite expensive because of the currency exchange and whatnot. But internationally, the company is still considered as a very low cost types of company, and then what they are pursuing is more focused on the best value, meaning that the products, the quality is much better as compared to the normal products in the market. And then type 3, differentiation, is a strategy aimed at producing products and services considered unique, industry-wide, and directed at consumers who are relatively price insensitive. So the term already changed, price insensitive now. So meaning that we are willing to pay more. The consumers can pay more. And the type of product under type 3 could be McDonald's. They are very famous for their differentiation strategy, because we are paying the same burger, not the same burger. We are paying for a burger for 18 ringgit. It's just a burger. But we are still willing to pay more. Because of why? Maybe because of the ambience, maybe because of the company itself, because of the style. I'm not so sure. But that is a good example. McDonald's, iPhone, and then electrical items, sometimes those are the types of differentiation. When we talk about vacuum, different brands of vacuum, now they have Dyson and whatnot, it could be classified under differentiation strategy. And then type 4 is more focused. Now the size of the market has shrunk, it's much smaller, very niche. Low cost strategy, if we talk about low cost focus, strategy offers product and services to a niche group of customers at the lowest price available on the market. For example, like Clorox, for the household to use Clorox. Not everybody wants to use Clorox, just for the clean white cloth. And so that is the type of product, low cost, still cheap, but not everybody is using it. So Clorox is a good example. And type 5 is best value focused strategy that offers products or services to a small range of customers at the best price value available in the market. It could be, for example, X70, X50, for example. So the best value focus. Kalau if we were to compare the X70 category dengan CX7, CRV, for example, they are way cheaper than their competitors. But then in terms of the value is much higher. So we are almost done in this particular chapter. So these are another means of achieving strategy. Organizations still pursue through cooperation, sometimes joint venture, and then merger and acquisition, and then private equity acquisition, first mover advantage, and then outsourcing. These are some of the terms that we might encounter in regularly in the business world nowadays. And merger and acquisition is quite common, and then outsourcing is also quite common. Joint venture is also quite common. And why all of these strategies are important? Because sometimes when you want to expand your organization, your company, this is what you need to pursue. And then why some managers and acquisition fail? It is not easy in order for you to develop that integration, that understanding between two different companies, and that's why sometimes they fail. Sometimes maybe in terms of too much diversification, and then too much load on the managers' shoulders in order to ensure that the integration or merger might work for your organization. So there are lots of reasons why. So you can have a look on this later. These are some of the benefits if you are pursuing merger and acquisition. Of course, economies of scale. You gain market share, you can enter global market, and then to gain the pricing power, to reduce tax obligation, to provide capacity utilization. This part maybe we can discuss a little bit in greater details during our session in class, especially. No, yes, when we do our virtual class. I'm sorry. And the last one, the benefits of being a first mover. You are being the first in the market to introduce that particular product. So these are some of the benefits. So that would be the end of the chapter. I will be seeing you guys later in class. All right. Have a good day. Ciao. Assalamualaikum.